Hello, hello. How are you? Wait, let me see if I'm live already. All right, how's your weekend so far? It's kind of like counting down to Christmas and New Year already. A lot of things are really, like slowing down. So I guess we should just enjoy the rest of 2023 and just have fun, right? So yeah, I mean, it's really the time where we kind of like rejuvenate and then I don't know, reflect and plan for 2024 then. So it's going to be a very interesting year ahead. So yeah, I hope you had an awesome 2023. So okay, now welcome back to this one. This is Ask Jason Anything Sunday night. This is what I do on the weekly basis. So let me bring this up. So if this is the first time you see me, my name is Jason. I'm from Malaysia. Um, something is not right with my light over here, but I think it's fine. So yeah, what I do here is I go live every Sunday night to answer questions about Facebook advertising, specifically on Facebook advertising. So if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, now the first thing I would like you to do here is please go to my YouTube channel because I've posted over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel talking about Facebook advertising and digital marketing, especially on Facebook advertising. So I've been answering questions for the past 2 to 3 years now. So chances are I probably have answered a question that is similar to what you have right now. So try to search for an answer. Otherwise, if you cannot find an answer, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them up and I would actually go live on the following Sunday and answer your question live like this. I do not prefer to, reply to comment in text because, in my opinion, a lot of things are not as straightforward. And like I would prefer to say it out like this to tell you my recommendation like this instead of like back and forth commenting, right? So just come back on the following Sunday to listen to my answers and my reply to you, and hopefully I'm able to solve your problem. But nonetheless, if you have some like some urgent issues that you cannot wait for this back and forth kind of like AMA kind of thing, or you have some questions that are slightly like confidential that you don't want to go public, you want to have a one-on-one session with me, you can actually all you need to do is scan this QR code, and then it will take you to my Fiverr gig where you can actually ask questions about Facebook advertising. You can actually, this is a 30-minute gig where you can buy me a dinner. And then after that, we can actually schedule a quick Zoom call. You can ask me any questions, or we can actually look at your campaign. We can analyze, we can discuss strategies, anything within the 30 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've worked with hundreds of people from all around the world since last year. It's really an amazing so-called opportunity that I have here to work with people from all around the world. So I learned a lot, and I hope I'm able to provide some insights to whatever situations you're facing right now. So scan this QR code if you want to talk to me. And yeah, I will look forward to talk to you soon. Now, just in case you're starting out with Facebook advertising and you look for something to learn, this is my Facebook Ads Masterclass. Now, I used to do this on a bi-monthly basis where I go live and train, but I realized it is more straightforward and beneficial for everyone if you just want to quickly start and learn today, right now. You don't need to wait for my next class because I've turned my class into I've actually turned this into a recording, and you can actually scan this QR code and sign up at a very discounted rate right now, in fact, and you can actually start learning Facebook ads right away. So what do I discuss in this Facebook ads masterclass? There are a few things. Mainly, I will share with you my way of strategizing Facebook ads. You see, you cannot just run ads without any strategy right now. It's 2023 turning into 2024 right now. You have to do things differently. So I will share with you my way of strategizing the campaign. And then with that, it allows you to understand more about, how you should actually consider planning your campaign and strategizing your messaging. So that's that. And I also talk about how do you choose an objective that is beneficial for your campaign, how do you do your audience targeting, and how do you actually design creative and copywriting that might convert better. Because on this part especially, I share based on my recent experience working with my coaching clients and like my students alike. Basically, all these we compile into a quick learning about to share with you what's working, what's not working right now. That actually really cut short your learning curve. So yeah, and then after that, we also talk about my analytical and optimization framework to really have you grasp the fundamentals about what are the metrics that you should be looking into when you're running ads on Facebook and how do you actually make sense of it. So this is a 2.5 hour recording. And by signing up, you can actually get the link and start learning right away. And the beauty of this is because I'm actually doing this as a recording, whenever there's update, I would actually do a latest version, a newer version, and I would actually update to the whatever page that you have access to, and you always have the latest version. So if I continue to do Facebook advertising, I believe I should actually continue doing this training. Like 1-2 years down the road, you can just come back and see what changed, and you have access to it forever, as long as I'm still doing this. So yeah, that's the beauty of it. So yeah, you don't need to wait for my next class because now it's a recording. Scan this QR code, you can actually sign up and you can actually access to it right away. We have a very special offer right now. Grab it right now. So this is it. Okay, now let's go through some of the questions that I received on my YouTube channel. Now, the first one I get here is coming from Sel. Anyway, so Sel said you got your IG disabled and your prepaid funds are still there. How can you refund it? Actually, the easiest way is to contact Meta support. Now, you can't do this on the phone. In fact, on phone, so-called the user interface are very limited, unless you can actually try to find a help section. Now, Meta, as they promise, they are actually trying to make things easier for anyone who wants to contact them, although a lot of people still don't have the option. But how do you actually find a way to talk to Meta? Whether you are in a business manager or you are in a Meta Business Suite, okay, or you are actually, whatever you're doing this on your phone, right? Just look for the help section. So if you're at the business manager and Meta Business Suite, the help, there is a question mark in circle button, usually at the bottom left on your computer. You have to access it on a computer. That's why a lot of things you should do it on computer instead of on phone. So look for that, and there should be a way that you can actually contact Meta. Go in, you can choose. If you do have the option to email them, then use that. If you have a better option, which is to chat with them, then of course, that would be the better way. Always go for the most direct contact that you can get with them. And then after that, just explain your situation as detailed as possible, and hopefully get some feedback from them. So that's how you do it. I'm not able to help you on this part. I'm so sorry, but that's how you can actually get it done, which is by contacting the Meta support. Okay, so yeah, thanks for popping by and thanks for the question. Now the next one is also very similar. Vijay is saying, you have added money to your Facebook account. It has been added to your prepaid money. You tried to boost the post, but the money is cutting. I do believe what you are facing right now is your ad is running, which is you're boosting a post, which is your ads is running, obviously. That's why the money is cutting. So I think the next thing you need to learn how to do is you need to learn to go into your Meta business, Meta Ads Manager, whether you're on, first thing first, do it on your desktop, or your laptop. A lot of things advertising related is actually easier. As the point of making this video right now, it's actually easier to do it on the desktop environment. Okay, and then go in there, try to go into Ads Sender or Ads Manager. That's where we prefer to go into. Ads Manager is better than Ads Sender, of course. Then go in there, make sure you select the right ad account, and you should be able to see all the metrics coming in. And you should know what are the ads that are running, what are the reach, what is the cost that you're seeing right now, and eventually understand more about your advertising metrics. That's why I always encourage people, when you're running ads, try to run ads from a proper platform, which is the proper tool. I'm not saying that running it directly on phone is not proper, or like something like that, but we need to understand which environment gives us the better so-called overview and features when we're running ads. So yeah, always go for the Meta Ads Manager. That's the best platform to start running ads and to take control of your ads. And you do not want to run ads blindly. You want to really understand what are the objectives available. How do you choose the right, like audience targeting, and what kind of creative that you do, because boosting it, which is what most people do, usually don't get you the result that you desire, which is if you want to get more results on your website, if you want to get more leads, boosting a post doesn't help. choosing the right objective makes a lot of sense. So I always encourage people to start learning from a proper structured training to equip you with all the necessary knowledge you need in terms of running ads. So if you are actually starting out and you're not so sure what you need to do, scan this QR code. This will be a very useful class for you. This is a 2.5-hour masterclass where I share about audience targeting, objective selection, and creative design and copywriting, as well as my way of structuring Facebook ads campaign, as in like how do I strategize and Facebook ads strategy with step-by-step walkthrough on how I do it in the ads manager. How do you choose the options and all that? I will give explanation on each and every features in the ads manager, so that you know how to use it right. Yeah, and of course we end it with analytics, which is, you don't want to just run ads. You want to know whether your ads is working or not, and how do you improve that, right? So that is what we cover in the Meta Facebook Ads Masterclass. If that's what you are interested in, scan this QR code and you will actually be able to sign up and purchase, and you can actually start learning right away. You don't need to wait for the next day. There is no more next day. It's a recording that you can actually get access to it immediately via email. And you also have access to all the future updates as well. Whenever there are new version, I'll just update it within the same page. You can always come back and look at the latest version. That's what I promise. Okay, so that's that. Okay, thank you for the question. Now, the next one is coming from ONR. So this is about how to contact Meta support. Yeah, so ONR say, thanks for sharing. You say you found a solution to the issue. Just need to put in your email first and the sales manager so that they will be able to contact them. That's very interesting. I never tried this before, but if you are having issue contacting Meta support, all you need to do is you either go into your Meta Business Suite or your Meta Business Manager. At the bottom left, try to look for a question mark icon in circle, click on it, and your right-hand side, there should be a pop-up, allowing you certain features that you can actually have to access to Facebook Meta support. The best one is contact via Messenger. If you have that option, then, you use that. Explain to them what are the issues that you're facing, and hopefully you get some reply from them as soon as you can. It's possible. Now, if you do not have the chat, I hope you have the emails option, which is the second best option. Then write in. You should be getting reply from them within 72 hours. Yeah, they promise 24 hours, which, not like the email, they are responding slower in a way. But Messenger, they respond quite fast. And usually they might actually continue by calling you to give you better explanation on phone. So if you have that option, then do that. Okay, so that's that. And you try that. So that's for the question. Thanks for popping by. And next one is coming from Baraka. So you say you're boosting. It says you're facing some trouble with the account. Please try again later. It has happening for the first time. You're always boosting ad, and now it's not working. Now, for this situation, I won't be able to really tell you what is happening until I see your situation. So before you proceed, I would actually recommend first that this might be a temporary bug. All you need to do is you probably just stop doing it for a day and come back on the following day and see how it works. So so that's the first thing. Otherwise, try a different browser. Okay, try to log out and log back in again. These are the things that you should try when you are facing certain issues. You see, log out and log back in, or clear your cache, or try a different browser. If you're using Safari, then maybe try Chrome. These are the steps that you can do. If you have tried all these means and you still face problem, the next step you should actually consider doing is to contact Meta support. So in the earlier videos or earlier questions, I was talking about how do you actually contact Meta support. But if you are still unsure, go into your business manager or Meta Business Suite, or even your ads account, ads manager. At the bottom left, there should be a question mark in circle icon, which is the help section. Click on it and look at the right sidebar to see what are the options available you have to contact Meta support. So try to contact them, report it as a bug or whatever. That's how you can actually try to fix your advertising issue right now. But of course, going into the ads manager allows you to see whether you are being restricted from advertising or not. So if you are being restricted, then that's not something that we can do. Hopefully you can actually get it fixed real quick. But anyway, that's another story altogether already. So go through that first. If you need help, if you still can't seem to figure out, and you probably want to have me to take a look at your situation to offer you personalized recommendation, you can actually scan this QR code. This will take you to my Fiverr gig, and just buy me a dinner. Then we can schedule a 30-minute one-on-one discussion over Zoom to look at whatever situation you're facing right now. And hopefully I'm able to give you some recommendations about what you can do next to get back into advertising. But before that, I would recommend that you do everything that I shared with you just now. All the steps you take, hopefully you can actually get your problem solved, by yourself. You don't really need me at all. But if you need, just scan this QR code and we can speak. Okay? Thank you so much for popping by. Now, the next one is coming from R. Solin. I hope you pronounce your name right. So you say your page is not showing on the page post section, meaning the page, page post section, the page is not showing. Okay, so you have full access to the page. You don't know what to do with it anymore. I'm not 100% sure. Have you tried this before? It was working and now it's not working. Now, what I would actually recommend is you go into your ads, the so-called the page admin, and see whether you are still a full admin in it. Otherwise, get someone to give you or reassign you the access again, and then hopefully you can get this problem solved. Otherwise, I would really need to look at your situation to probably provide some recommendations about what you can do next. So yeah, because this looks like a very unique situation you're facing. Try to navigate a little bit or get another admin to add you back in again and see whether this solves the problem. Otherwise, if you need more help, well, this is what you do, right? Scan this QR code and it will land you to my Fiverr gig. All you need to do is just buy me a dinner. Then we can actually have a one-on-one 30 minutes discussion over Zoom to look at. You can share your screen. We can look at what's happening. And, I will give you hopefully some recommendations on how you can hopefully solve the problem that you're facing right now. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for popping by. Now, I get this question from a friend the other day when we were actually chatting about Facebook advertising. Now, first thing first, how to start Facebook advertising the right way is one of the most frequently asked questions among a lot of people who want to get into Facebook advertising. But before that, I think all questions started with, is Facebook advertising, or rather now Meta advertising, combining Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all these platforms, still relevant and useful, as a powerful advertising avenue? Now, if you ask me, my answer is yes. Okay, now Meta advertising or Facebook advertising or Instagram advertising at the moment is still one of the most powerful push advertising at the moment. Push means this is where we can actually target people and send the message out to people that we believe they are interested in our product or services in the most effective way. So push advertising, Facebook and Instagram combined is still the king. Now, of course, we have TikTok advertising, which is similar to push advertising, but I've actually tried working with clients from different countries on TikTok environment. The majority of audiences in TikTok is still not as good as Meta and which is Facebook and Instagram, because we've been running ads on these places all along, and the audience are really, really matured and they are ready to buy. So this is actually a different, really big difference between these two platforms. Now, on top of that, especially if your product is something more discovery based, it's not something that people will search on Google, to find it. So I think Meta advertising or Facebook advertising will be useful. But how to start Facebook advertising, right? I have actually 3 recommendations for you. So the first thing, I always want to go for the right tool. See, a lot of people thought that running ads on Facebook is just a boost. It's not true. There are a lot more things that you can do. So if you are using Boost, meaning you are actually using the ad sender. Now, I want you to know that there is a Boost on the page, there is an ad sender, and there is a Facebook Ads Manager. Now, if you ask me, the best way is use Facebook Ads Manager, because you have the most compact, all the tools, all the features available. You can actually find it in Ads Manager. You probably won't be able to see some of the features on Ad Sender, or especially if you are doing the Boost, that's the simplest version of it. So yeah, choose the right tool is really the most important key. Start with the right the platform, which is the Ads Manager, that gives you all the features and options available. Now, the second thing is you want to actually start with the right objective. Now, this is where a lot of people fail in a way. When running ads on Facebook, they can't get the result they want, is because they actually started with the wrong objective. Now, give it simple. Example here is, if you're trying to get people to buy on your website and you're boosting a post, you definitely will not get satisfactory result. Why? Because when you're boosting a post, you're sending message to Facebook that, look, I want to look for people who are likely to, engage with my content. Now, people who are likely to engage with your content are not really people who are likely to click and go to your website and start buying things. So it's very important to send the right signal to Facebook or to Meta about what you want by selecting the objective. So really, there are not many objectives right now. We have 6, but having said that, diving in, understanding the differences between each of them and every one of them helps in terms of helping you to achieve your result. So that's the second thing. Now, the third thing here is you need to start with the right strategy. Now, this is 2024 now. We're actually entering 2024. It's not 10 years ago, 5 years ago, when the audience are very naive and the market is so, like green, and, we have so many things that we can actually use to kind of like exploit the market and the audiences, right? Audiences nowadays are very matured, okay? And they are totally very savvy in terms of advertising, because they have been exposed to advertisements so much. They know that what looks like an ad, and they have their own demand when it comes to advertising. So you need to actually build the right strategy, knowing the right objective to go for, knowing what kind of message that will work for you. How do you actually create them, the creative and the copywriting to make sure that it connects with the audience the right way. Like, for example, we used to have these kind of ads where people talk about, like, oh, you just go indirect, just arouse curiosity, and then after that, bring them in and explain and all this kind of thing. Now, this kind of campaign, this kind of so-called strategy doesn't work anymore, because audiences nowadays demands you to tell them, what do you want me to do right now before I decide whether I want to engage with you or not. So the audience behavior is changing and all these kind of things. So you need a more solid strategy to really go into it. So yeah, so that's the 3 point. Now, the last point here is, a lot of people ask me, when am I ready to start running ads? In fact, it's now. You should just start running ads right away. And then after that, with the right tool, of course, knowing how to choose the objective and all that, because that's the best way to train yourself. And a lot of people are very concerned about, like, how much should I spend? Spend with the minimum that you're comfortable with, and start running ads to start getting metrics and know what kind of data that you should be looking into and all that. So because a lot of people thought that, I need to plan, I need to actually have so-called, I need to spend a lot more. No, run with the minimum budget that you're comfortable with and start seeing how much will be the cost per result be like and all that. Then we optimize from there. That's what I think. So yeah, running ads is actually not rocket science, although it's not super easy to navigate, but you should just start right away. Now, if you need help, just in case you want to actually have, like a proper guidance from, savvy people like me that has been running ads since 2010, to really give you a more kind of like comprehensive training about how you should actually start right when it comes to Facebook advertising, you can actually consider joining my Facebook Ads Masterclass. This is a 2.5-hour recording, which I did. The last one, I mean, as we are making this video, the last update was in November 2023. So I would actually update this regularly, and you will get the latest version whenever it is. Okay, so I usually do a refresh every 3 to 6 months. And of course, especially when Facebook has new features and, like changes and all that. So inside there, I discuss about my strategy building framework, my thoughts in terms of how to choose the right objective, the audience targeting, the copywriting and design, and of course, the analytics framework. So it involves a lot of step-by-step walkthrough in the Ads Manager. I'll walk you through the entire campaign setup strategy, of the steps to show you how it works in the Ads Manager. So you will actually clear a lot of confusion right away. You don't even need to ask, oh, should I choose this or that? I tell you the answer right away. So it cuts short all the learning within that 2.5 hour. Once you go through that, I'm very much confident that you can actually run your ads right away. You don't really need extra help from anyone anymore. So yeah, so if you're looking to start running ads and you're concerned, you are not sure, you want to get proper training before you get in, scan this QR code and you can actually sign up and start learning immediately. You'll get an email with the video, and you'll always get the latest updated training in the same link. Just keep that in the future. Okay, scan this QR code and I look forward to talk to you. Now we have some special offer. I don't want to talk about it. Just click this and go in and see what's the offer right now. It's really a very good offer that I think you should grab right away. Okay, now that's that. And let's see. I see there is like one check coming in. Right, so this is the question coming from Jessel, okay? So you're asking how to decrease cost per conversion in Messenger ad. Now, this is a very interesting question. So how do you reduce cost per conversion or cost per cost per conversation or cost per result in your Messenger ad? Now, there are a few angles to look into it. You see, a lot of people thought that in order to actually decrease the cost per result, okay, you should actually target more people, broaden the audience. This is one of the recommendations. I'm not saying that this is wrong. you can actually try. But having said that, if you are running some ads to a very niche market, then sometimes the audience targeting is important. So how do you know? You actually have to take a look at your CPM. If your CPM is actually way too high, then probably the audience is too niche. Then you should consider a broader audience, which, like, if your CPM is now $100, for example, if you're able to reduce your CPM to $50, that means with the same amount you're spending, you're reaching double the number of people, which increases your chance of, like getting the right people to click. So that's one way. Now, the other way around is to look at your CTR. If your CTR is low, like low is like maybe 0.5 in terms of CTR link click. If your CTR is low, means your creative is not really getting people to take action. So that's where you can actually optimize your creativity. If your CTR is now 0.5, imagine you can actually increase it to 1.0. Okay, CTR become 1. That means you get double the clicks. Do you think you are possibly getting double the results with the same amount that you're spending? So that's how we actually reduce the cost per result in terms of, advertising, whatever advertising in, like cost per purchase or cost per messenger conversation started. So that's what we can do. So it's all about looking into your numbers. Really, every campaign is unique in their own way. I was just giving you two of the simple hacks that you can actually look into and start making some adjustment. But if you need help in terms of, like, you want to have a proper audit in terms of the entire campaign that you're having right now, and you want to know what you are doing right, what you're doing wrong, how do we fine tune a campaign? How do we optimize? What are the optimization opportunities you have in your campaign? And how can you actually improve the performance with the structure, proper planning and strategy? If you need that, right, I would actually recommend that you scan this QR code. This will take you to my another Fiverr gig, which is, you will actually get a 30-minute one-on-one Facebook ads analysis by me. So we're going to do a Zoom call, 30 minutes or more, depending on what package you're taking. So share your screen. I'll be actually showing you, like, I will actually build a dashboard for you in your ads manager, and I will tell you what's happening in your campaigns, and I will actually give you a plan. I will give you about, like, probably 2 to 3, sometimes even up to 5 things that you can do in the next few weeks to test some optimization and hopefully increase your campaign performance. If that's what you want to do, scan this QR code and, buy me a dinner. Then we can actually have a 30-minute discussion on your campaign performance and to build an optimization strategy. So so scan this QR code, and I look forward to working with you soon. All right, guys, thank you so much. And I think this is a meaningful discussion. And you know where to find me. Just scan the QR code here and there, whether you want to start learning with me or you want to start talking to me. Just do that, and I look forward to talking to you soon. So with that, that's this one, and I'll see you next Sunday at the same time. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Good night. Bye.